So the Rabbeinu Avraham is going to continue to kind of thread the needle to show us where Hishtadlus comes in, where we use Bitachon, where we remove ourselves completely from Hishtadlus. And what he's going to show us is actually that not only does it depend on the situation we're in, or the thing that we're trying to affect, or even the people that we're trying to affect, it also sometimes depends on, almost always depends on where we are or who we are and what our level of bitachon is and what situation we found ourselves in, and whether it's Gashmias, whether it's Ruchnias. And what we're going to see here is, just like his father the Rambam, that the Rabbeinu Avraham is going to try in every aspect that he describes to bring a pasuk, to bring something in Tanakh that shows us that that's exactly the way that we're supposed to behave. Says the Rabbeinu Avraham, for example, let's say a person has enemies. For example, if they are non-Jews, they're goyim, mishpatum kemishpat hachayas, then their din is just like chayas. If these enemies, if he has the ability to fight back and to literally, as he says, annihilate them and wipe them out, for example, let's say in the times of David HaMelech, as we know, David HaMelech's mission in life was to fight back the enemies of Klal Yisrael, then Adarabba, use the bitachon to fight back, use the bitachon to strengthen yourself and to put yourself in the position to say, yes, I'm going to do this. This is part of what I'm supposed to do. As the pasuk in Devarim says, Al yerach levavchem, don't be scared, as Hashem is with you, and so forth. However, what if a person finds himself that he cannot fight back? For example, Klal Yisrael's in Golus, there's no fighting back, you're not allowed to fight back. Then you're only left with bitachon and whatever methods you can use without fighting back. So for example, you want to give a bribe, you want to try to bluff your way out of the issue, or whatever there might be. But the point is that the Rabbeinu Avraham is showing us that when it comes to a person, to a personal threat, an enemy that wants to come and hurt you and damage you, then of course on the one hand there is some level of hishtadlus that you can do, whether it's be made David HaMelech, be made Klal Yisrael as a king and you go and you literally fight with them, or when we're in Golus and what you can do is try and do a bribe and whatever, but everything only with bitachon. As he clearly said, when you're going out to war, how are you going to war? With the koach of bitachon. How are you going to try and do the other hishtadlus, and whether like he said, maybe a bribe or something else? He says, first is bitachon. That's the tool. And then you go and you do the minimum hishtadlus that you have to do. However, what are you doing with even Yisrael? What if it's not a non-Jew? What if it's a Yid, it's a Yisrael that wants to come and hurt you? Yesh lahafke des gemulam b'idei Hashem yis'alev livtoyach b'ei she'atzileinu miyodom ve'ein l'skom keneg ma'afidim efshelas iskein. Then, even if you have the ability to fight back, don't fight back. Because if you have real bitachon, you know that it's not them, it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and therefore you leave it up to Hashem to take care of it. As we see it's David HaMelech, shebikashol that Shaul HaMelech, who was obviously Yisrael, tried to kill him, and he didn't fight back. As the Rabbeinu Avraham brings from Achad HaChachamim, that someone asked him if he could fight back against Oivov, against his enemies who were Yidden. I could, if I want, I could go and I can give them over to the government, these enemies of mine. What is the din? And this Chacham answered him, you just stay quiet, you stick to Hashem, you stick to bitachon, and they will be annihilated for you. So this is all, says Rabbeinu Avraham, very, very clear that when a person has enemies on the one hand, if it's a non-Jew, and you have the ability, David HaMelech, Malchus Yisrael, and you can fight back, then you use the bitachon to go on to fight back. If you're in Golus and you're not allowed to fight back, then you use your bitachon to go do some other hishtadlus, a bribe or something else, if it's available to you. However, if it's Yisrael, then even if you could, then you don't, because you believe that it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and it's no one else. Have a wonderful day.